Teaching 84. Love each other. 1. I have not come to contemplate great or small in this age. Children whom I love, all in the same way, seek the essence of my teaching and spread it. And the more you give to your brothers, the more will it be multiplied to you. 2. My charity is what helps you bear the pain of your atonement, by means of which you purify your spirit. Keep, as long as you can, the state of spiritual elevation, so that you do not find yourself again groaning before my presence. 3. I, who contemplate the afflictions and sufferings that nations are going through, ask you with your prayer, heartfelt and full of charity, send them a message of peace. Pray for your brothers. Ask what will be given to you. 4. If you have faith in me and keep my word, war will not penetrate this nation, and it will be one more testimony that upon you descended my divine spirit. The merits that you must do so that deeds of love are wrought in your path. They will be a regeneration, prayer, charity, goodwill, and love towards your brothers. 5. You who form a people destined to give proofs and testimony of my manifestation in this age, do not begin to falter. You do not want to see sister blood shed in your nation, in your squares and in your fields. You don't want to see mourning or hunger in your children. 6. I am giving you weapons of light so that you can defend yourself from any threat. I have also taught you how you can preserve the health of the spirit and that of the body, so that you feel strong. Yes, people, look no further for the disease, nor forget that it is always disobedience that opens doors. Pray for yourself and for all humanity. To those who shed tears for nations going through the ordeal I say, again peace will arise from them. Of those who kill each other today and wage war between brothers, I will make to sprout those who will preach and practice love for one another tomorrow. My power is great. Do not doubt it. You will see, on the destruction of this humanity, I will build a new world, where there will be no trace of what was sin. 7. If I have called many nations and peoples deaf, it is because my voice knocked on the doors of all hearts and none of them understood my call. Those who have fallen into the abyss of passions will be able to blaspheme here in the world against mine. But once before my presence, they will have to confess that I was in time with each man and with each people to admonish and prevent it. I do not predispose you against anyone. I charge you at every moment to make your thoughts pass as a spirit of peace over the world. Although I do warn you, so that you do not let yourself be surprised by strange doctrines, nor by false promises, so that you do not let the weeds, discord, selfishness be sown in your heart. Fulfill your mission and the rest, leave it to me. 8. Truly I tell you that the elements are ready to be unleashed in obedience to divine justice. They will do a work of purification, and I also tell you, humanity may disappear from the earth, but my name and my presence can never be erased from the spirit. 9. Disciples. As long as the world recognizes that you were not wrong, resist ridicule and mockery. I will pour over him the signs and tests that make him wake up, and I will open his eyes to the light. But work. I will not send the world to sleep. Today you have awakened to my call. Take advantage of the time so that at the end you can show me an abundant harvest of your sowing. 10. Come before my chair and fill your spirit with wisdom. 10. If some of your brothers receive these lessons, leave them. Among humanity there are scattered my new disciples, and if the unbelievers mock you and slander you, forgive them. I will do you justice. Many of those who do not know you today, tomorrow they will bless you. On your way, always keep in mind the example that I came to give you in the second era, since it will help you to carry with patience your cross. Remember that I was unknown while I was on earth, and I was only recognized a long time after my passage among men. 11. Have patience and understanding that it will not be you who humanity has to recognize, but my work, my doctrine and word, that it is eternal. Your mission is to carry with your words and your deeds the message that reveals to men how to take a step towards perfection. 12. Truly, I am hungry and thirsty for your love and understanding. You all have the intuition that I exist, but who knows me? Truly, the idea that you have of my divinity is vague, because through your rites and images you have limited and falsified me. So get rid of that error. My word, like an inexhaustible torrent, will continue to fall in your spirit until the moment pointed out by my will. Meanwhile, my teachings and my revelations will tell you who you are, what is your principle and your end, and knowing yourself, you will know your Father better. I declare to you that what I have revealed to you in this word and what I am about to reveal to you, no teacher in the world, no matter how wise, could have taught it to you, because the impenetrable only I can discover, and when it is necessary for you to know it. 13. This has been my communication in the third era, something that was not foreseen by humanity, because it has forgotten the prophecies, and today I have come in fulfillment of them. The language of the spokespersons through whom I have communicated with men, it has been humble, but in the essence of this word is my love and my wisdom. 14. Whoever analyzes my spiritual doctrine of the third era and gives testimony of it with his works will encompass with his spirit, his heart and mind, all that was revealed by my divinity in former times, and his interpretation of those lessons will be fair. Again, my law will rise among men to destroy how many falsehoods they have created to cover up and protect their evil. The book of true life will be open before all the peoples of the earth, and no one will be able to deceive them. 15. From the face of the Pharisees will fall the mask of hypocrisy, and their mouths, who always lied when offering salvation to humanity, they will be silent forever, but you do not point out or betray them. 16. In the second era, when the scribes brought the adulterous woman into my presence, seeking a mistake in my judgment, I touched the spirit of each one without publicly betraying them. My index was writing in the dust of the earth the faults of all who came to see Jesus. Today I say to those who listen without faith, while you are hearing this word, keep quiet and meditate so that later you can judge. You will understand that in this age I have come to give you my love, so that you can drink drop by drop of this virtue that enters, yet you have not been able to find. Few are those who follow me, and I will use them to spread my seed. 17. I am the God of all men, of all religions and of all sects, the one. And if I open my wisdom and I pour out for everyone, why shouldn't they recognize me? No one can live without the idea of God. Even when the idea is imperfect, the way he conceives it and his worship is imperfect. I receive the offering of all my children, but I always want to receive just worship and worthy of you. Freely you have received, freely give. 18. My doctrine does not come to enslave anyone. It only comes to elevate your life within the human and the spiritual. He who aspires to be a true child of God through his works will not be able to reserve for himself all that he has received from me. See how many think it necessary to have a lot of knowledge. They seem to be wells of wisdom, but in reality, for their selfishness, are only wells of darkness. 19. Be disciples of Jesus, and you will be brothers of humanity. Feel what you do and what you say. You who do not feel my love in your heart, refrain from talking about love, because you will fall into prevarication. To talk about love, you must wait until my seed germinates in your heart. I will give you time to achieve your preparation, your conversion, and your transformation. Remember that many of you, when you came to hear this word, you were incredulous before my manifestation. Some even made fun of her, and others made fun of the spokespersons for whom she was speaking to you at that time. But I waited. I spoke to you through your consciousness, and then with tears of repentance you asked me to forgive your doubt. Now, despite the trials and obstacles that accumulate in your path, you followed me with unshakable faith. I am the sower, the fighter who never rests. 20. To give you tangible proofs of my truth, I have prophesied many events of near fulfillment. So you saw that when I announced the next war to you, when everything was peace, the war was. When I told you that the elements would be unleashed and that for some they would be like friends, while for others they would show themselves as enemies, how soon you saw its fulfillment. But to each one of you in the silence of your life, I have also fulfilled a promise. And if you do not see many of my prophecies fulfilled, it is because they are given for many generations after the year. But you already know what will become of this world, of man and of his spirit, in times to come. Since the times past, I predicted the signs that would announce this era and my new manifestation. Large, clear signs are they shown to confirm my truth. From now on I am announcing the ones that will precede the spiritual battle and then to the time of peace. The light of prophecy is once again among humanity. My word is full of prophecies. Men see tomorrow through dreams, miracles, or by presentiment. Ancient prophets announced the prophets of this time. They are not hallucinations which you are contemplating, but it is necessary that you channel your gifts well so that the light of the Holy Spirit shines in you. You will have to give true tests to humanity, and through those tests many will believe. 21. I point out your mission to you. Take life as I give it to you. Walk firmly step by step. So even though if you lived a short time in this world, you will have reaped an abundant harvest in it, then you will not be like those who, having lived a long time on earth, they come to my presence as mean and naked as when they started the journey. 22. Do good works in your life that have an essence or a spiritual purpose. Do many works of that are not published or seen, because they are made with the heart. 23. Have before your eyes the book of my teaching. Do not let its lessons go unnoticed. I say that the moment will come when I ask for the summary and analysis of what has been revealed to you. Life will also ask you for the lesson through the tests that it puts to you on the road. But what is the lifetime? But it is I who have given light to your understanding, sensitivity to your heart, and gifts and powers in your being, so that you understand the deep and eternal language of your existence. 24. In my doctrine I teach you to live in such a way that even in the better circumstance, you must feel happy to exist, knowing that you are children of God. And I also teach you to estimate what surrounds you, the fragrance of that spiritual garden. When the corollas of flowers open, there will be signs and manifestations wonderful among men. 25. These spokesmen for whom my word flows at this time were plants withered by the burning sun of pain, but the divine mist descended on them and they flourished. The beauty and nectar of the phrases that pour from their lips, they have the likeness of flowers. 26. This people, who have known how to breathe in that perfume and keep that seed, has also flourished and been fruitful. It is a small orchard from which my charity is picking the most fertile plants to support the faith of the multitudes, because truly I tell you, I am the seed of eternity. Mary is the divine mist. There what is divine to the Creator and to the Mother watching over her work. 27. My words of the second era have been the way of salvation for those who have persevered in it. Blessed are those who have put their trust in my teaching. But do not think that all those who say they believe in me trust my word or practice my doctrine. I see in men at the time of trial, doubting between forgiving as Jesus taught or defending as his instinct advises him. In their hearts they feel that it is difficult to put the Master's lessons into practice. To these I say, that as long as they do not have faith and love for their companions, it will not be possible for my doctrine to be the one that guides the hearts. But I will send to the peoples of the earth virtuous men who will test you with strength of faith and the miracles that forgiveness, charity, and love do. 28. Without faith and without complying with the law, my word is only like seed sown in vain. It is not born, because virtue is that which fertilizes that seed. When this word reaches all hearts, there will be many who judge the judgment of the Lord. That's why I tell you, you are a world that needs faith to be able to feel and understand me. 29. I say to all those who call yourselves belonging to the Christian world, that my judgment is benevolent. If you look into my word, it tells that 20 centuries ago I brought you a divine message so that with it you could defeat the world, the flesh, the passions, to death. And I still see you entrusting everything to your own strength, to your way of feeling and thinking. And if the instincts of the flesh still prevail over the virtues of the Spirit, you are still more matter than spirit. 30. The contest is approaching. The faith of some will fight against the skepticism of others, the moral of some against wickedness of others. And as in the past, my charity will be with the children who trust in me, to help you to do marvelous works, as can only be done when you have true faith in my divinity. 31. You must understand that I not only come in search of those who believe in me, but also I come for those who doubt my existence. In the second era in which I came as the promised Messiah, I emerged among the people who believe in him, the invisible God. But my message was not only for Israel, but for all the Gentiles, peoples whom they did not know. He did not come to save some and let others get lost. 32. The stout tree spreads its branches to protect everyone and offers its fruits without distinction. Perhaps do you think that I ever pointed out towns to which you should not take my word? I have never taught you to find reasons to deny someone my light. Were you righteous when I made you worthy to hear my word and to receive my pleasures? Truly I tell you, no. 33. I found you sinning, and so I chose you to lead you to the source of regeneration, so that tomorrow you would do the same with your brothers. This is the time when sinners will save sinners, and when the dead will rise to raise their dead. The hardened hearts, those who have seen the widow, the orphan, the hungry, the sick without their hearts moved, they will awaken to love. They will shudder at the pain of others and destroy their selfishness. They will even forget themselves to share the pain of their brothers. 34. Whoever does not know pain will not be able to understand those who suffer. There you have the reason why I use those who have drunk much from the cup of pain, so that they may be able to understand the miseries of humanity and be the ones to bring true comfort. 35. He who has sinned and then returned to the good path, that one can never be scandalized by the faults of his. On the other hand, he will know how to be forgiving and understanding. 36. Anyone who wakes up surprised by the clarity of this light will understand that this is the time in which humanity must work for humanity, separating a few moments from the time that the world dedicates to consecrate to the spiritual practice of charity. Thus you will love your Lord and serve your brothers. 37. You will not be one of those who, seeing what is happening in the world, exclaim, "This is the time of judgment and death, after which, perhaps hell awaits." 38. I tell you, it is a time of reconciliation and resurrection, and that beyond that, the peace of my glory awaits all those who believe and stand up for my word. 39. There is joy in my spirit when I see myself surrounded by those whom I have called in this time, my disciples. You are the ones destined to fulfill a spiritual mission in this third age. 40. Long has been the road that you have had to travel to be able to receive this revelation. But do not feel tired, because the Spirit that knows how to rise above matter and the passions of the world never fatigues from searching or following me. In this time I have come to pour out my charity on all spirits and understanding, so that, opening your spiritual eyes, May you contemplate true life in all its fullness. Every eye will see me, I told you, referring to this time. And indeed all eyes are beginning to see me. 41. Humanity is awakening and sensing the truth. Many teachings will be revealed directly to their spirit, because it will not be men who will point them out. When this humanity comes to hear my voice in the depths of his heart, he will not leave me again, because he will have felt my love and will have contemplated the light of truth. You are the children of light, the Marian Trinitarian spiritualists, because you are the ones who have seen the Holy Spirit and you have heard his revelation. Would it be fair for the children of light to create darkness among humanity? No, my children. 42. Your heart is surprised and says to me, Master, why do you distrust us? To which I answer, I give you these warnings, because this time of light is also a time of lies, deception, dangers, because in your environment the forces of evil float, causing men to fall and can tarnish your light if you don't watch. It is the time of light, not because man has turned it on, but because I have brought you my revelations in fulfillment of prophecies. It is the time of lies, but not because of my arrival among men, but because of their wickedness, which has reached great heights. 43. The final battle is approaching, but I am not talking about your fratricidal wars, but of the fight of the light against everything that is false, impure, imperfect. Recognize the moment that you live, so that you hasten to gather weapons of love and spiritual strength. Understand from now on, that in the middle of that battle, you are not just going to fight for your own faith and salvation, but forgetting yourself, you will have to go after those who are in danger of perishing. 44. This is the time of light, because the human spirit, through its evolution and experience, has gathered light in the lifetime. Do not cry over your past, but you should take advantage of all its lessons, so that from now on you can see your illuminated path and no longer have stumbling blocks or uncertainty at the crossroads. 45. Your spiritual past is unknown to your flesh. I leave it imprinted in your spirit. So may it be like an open book and be revealed to you by consciousness and intuition. That is my justice, that before I ask you, I give you the opportunity to repair the fault or rectify the error. If the past were erased from your spirit, you would have to go through the tests already passed again. But if you hear the voice of your experience and let yourself be illuminated by that light, you will see your path clearer and the horizon. 46. The world offers you many pleasures, some granted by me and others created by man. Now you have seen that you have not been able to reach them, which has caused discontent for some and sadness for others. I must tell you that it is not granted to many at this time to fall asleep or lose themselves in the delights and satisfactions of the flesh, because its mission is quite another. In truth, I tell you, there is not one spirit in humanity that has not known all the delights and has eaten all the fruits. Today your spirit came to enjoy the freedom to love me and not to be a slave of the world, of gold, of lust or idolatry again. 47. The ladder of Jacob's dream is presented before your eyes so that you can ascend it, in search of your own greater dignity and your perfection. My spiritual law does not exempt you from your earthly duties. You have to find a way to harmonize both laws so that your fulfillment is perfect before my divinity and before the world. 48. The good soldier must not flee from battle, must not be intimidated by rumors of war. In that universal contest approaching, you will be soldiers, your cause will be justice and your weapons love, goodwill and charity. Without realizing it for a long time, you have been fighting against the adversary that is evil, the one who inspires war and hatred. Your weapons are not only fighting against visible elements, but also against invisible elements. For to help you in that fight, I have given you the gifts of discernment and revelation, so that you will discover the wolf when it stalks you. 49. I want my disciples to learn to live in harmony with all creation, to march in step with the times, so that they reach the end in the propitious hour, in the hour appointed by me, so that when making the call you are already present and you can answer me. 50. At this moment your spirit rises towards me to ask for my help. He knows that I have given him gifts that are eternal and innate to him. But the flesh, which is a weak creature, also raises its eyes to the Creator to ask him, and what he asks, they are only satisfactions for the world, and many of them superfluous. 51. Let the last ask me, but you, what can you ask me that you do not possess? Why do you ask me what you already wear in your being? If you pray our Father prayer that I taught you, do it feeling and understanding its essence, and then meekly let the will of the Father be done, on earth as well as in heaven. Penetrate my doctrine, and you will find in you treasures and gifts that today you do not believe you possess. 53. It is necessary that you learn to ask, to wait, and to receive, and that you never forget to give what I grant you, which is what holds the greatest merit. Pray for those who die day after day in war. I will grant to those who pray with a pure heart, that before 1950, all they who died in the war be spiritually resurrected in the light. 54. The spirit of Elijah is coming, leading the lost sheep to the peace of the fold. When you are strong of spirit, you will not fear the wolf that threatens you with its jaws, and you will know how to descend into the abyss to rescue the lost, without fear of staying there. You will be able to cross muddy lakes without staining yourself, and you will also know how to cross stormy seas on an apparently fragile vessel, without fear of capsizing. Your faith and virtue will give you that strength. Don't you think you're capable of big stocks tomorrow? Don't you think that the new generations give my doctrine a better interpretation and compliance? Understand that if it were not so, I would not be speaking, advising, and teaching you. 54. See men, peoples, nations, how they give their lives for an ideal, are consumed at the stake. There you struggle, dreaming of the glories of a world, possessions, power. They die for the fleeting glory of earth. And you, that you begin to ignite in your spirit a divine ideal whose goal is to conquer a glory that will be eternal. Will you no longer offer your life, even part of it, to fulfill your duties as brothers? 55. An invisible battle is raging over you, which only the prepared can see. All the evil that springs from men, in thoughts, in words, and in deeds, all the sin of centuries, of all beings, humans and spirits who have been troubled, all the confusions, injustices, religious fanaticism, and idolatry of men, foolish ambitions and falsehood, have united in a force that devastates everything. It invades and penetrates to turn it against me. This is the power that opposes Christ. Great are his hosts, their weapons are strong, but they are not strong before me, but before men. To them I will give battle with the sword of my justice, and I will be in the fight with my armies, of which I want that you are part. While this battle stirs up the men who seek pleasure, you who are entrusted the faculty to feel what vibrates in the hereafter, watch and pray for your brothers, because this way you will be watching over yourselves. 56. Christ, the warrior prince, has already raised his sword. It is necessary that he, like a sickle, uproot evil and with its flashes make light in the universe. Oh, of the world and of you if your lip is silent. You are spiritual seed of Jacob, and to him I promise that in you the nations of the earth would be saved and blessed. I want to unite you as one family, so that you will be strong. 57. What a beautiful example of harmony the universe offers you. Luminous stars that vibrate in space full of life, around which other stars revolve. I am the luminous and divine star that gives life and warmth to the spirits. But how few go along its path, and that numerous are those that rotate outside its orbit. You can tell me that the material stars do not enjoy free agency, and that, on the other hand, men, that freedom is what has made them stray from the path. That's why to you I say, how meritorious the fight will be for every spirit. Since having the gift of free will, know how to submit it to the law of harmony with your Creator. 58. The struggle that I announce to you will not be prolonged. Peace will soon come, because the light of my justice will shine in all my children. 59. I, in union with the people that I am forming and whom I brought out of darkness and ignorance, will fulfill the prophecies given in times past, and before my trials and wonders the world will shake. And the theologians and interpreters of the prophecies will burn their books and prepare to study this revelation. Men with titles, men of science, men of scepter and crown, they will stop to listen to my doctrine, and many will say, Christ, the Savior, He is among us. My peace be with you.